All right, all right, all right. Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Quentin Stroud, the Master Oracle, coming to you. Listen, I am here in Thailand, reporting to you. It is about 7:22 a.m. here in Thailand, the whole other side of the world. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, I wanted to share with you today, talking about the a culture of care. And I'm sharing this because I've been living here for the past 6 months or so, and what I found is that people who really get it and really like feel this pull to do something very different, it really is a huge pull. And trust me, I'm in communities and I'm in Facebook groups and I'm in different areas where people like actually are having this active conversation about living abroad, about creating a lifestyle for yourself, about creating your economy, hello, about doing some stuff that really is meaningful to you living your best life, whatever that means for you. Right. And so, what I want to share with you today is with myself and with a very, very special guest. I'm going to talk to you about what this culture looks like, how to create this lifestyle, this culture of care. Now, I'm going to go through some key points on why it's so important. But before I get into it, let me see if she is available. Hold on 1 second here. Let me make sure that she is in the room and ready to get started. For those of you, go ahead and do me a favor. Comment below if you have traveled somewhere. Let me know where you're coming from and where you would like to go to. What area would you like to go? Where would you like to travel to? If that's important to you. If travel is important, then comment below. Let me see here. I'm trying to see if it populates on this end and how to pull her up. Okay, perfect. So now, do me a favor. As you comment below, let me know, like I said, where you want to go, what kind of destination, what kind of experience you want to have. Because for you, those of you who know me, that's what I'm about right now. That's exactly what I'm about. I'm about creating this experience, creating this lifestyle, and this culture of care. But I'm gonna go into exactly why that's so important. Where we are right now. Now, let me tell you, I've been having my finger on the pulse of what's going on economically. I've been having my finger on the pulse of what's happening in the world. And if you get it, you'll get it that a lot of things are changing right now. And we are in the midst of change so quickly. I'm talking about in the next 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In the next couple of years, I was knocked out. Oh, hold on a second. Somebody said she was knocked out. Come back. Oh, got it. Okay. All right, cool. So just want to make sure everything is copacetic on that end. So I want to see how to bring her up. Um, let me see here. I don't see how. Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to shift over to a different screen. Okay. Can y'all see two people? Are you in? Sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. Um, because in traveling the way I've been traveling, it has been really important. Okay, good. Oh, you can see two people. Okay, good. Why can't I see you? Oh, okay, got it. So, yes, so what I was saying was in traveling abroad, what I've noticed is in dealing with people from different cultures, right? Dealing with people of different faiths, dealing with people of different lands, there is a different culture. There's a different element about how they kind of deal with each other. One of the things I've noticed, and you might have noticed this if you travel a lot, one of the things I've noticed is the way they eat. So, for example, you go out, you having a nice dinner or whatever, you order some food, right? And in ordering this food, one of the things that they bring is a big plate and they sit it right in the middle of the room, right? There she is. Hey,
I didn't know you had started.
Yes, yes, yes. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you so much for coming up, everybody. This is Bunmi Moore, amazing sister I've been knowing for many, many years. And I had no idea we like maybe 5, 6 years at this point. But I was just talking about this culture of care, and when you travel, in my experience, there's this different element of how people take care of each other and how people support each other and how people integrate. There's this communal feel. So I was just talking about how they bring out this big old plate and they sit it in the middle of the table and everybody eats off of it and put a little on their plate and they eat off of it and oh and we're talking and da-da. Not where I'm from. Every time I go out and order something, I get my own plate and I sit it right there and I'm fighting.
Don't talk over my food.
Yeah, don't be reaching over my food. It's just a different world. And I wanted to bring you up, Boomy, because since I've known you, number one, you're a world traveler. Number two, you are a amazing business builder and somebody who is connected with people all over the globe, literally. And I think you just did a show the other day of in Spain or somewhere. Like it's just amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about this culture of care that you've created in your business, that you've created in your life, and why it's so important. The first thing I want to start off with is in self-care, is self-care. Because I watch your lives and I watch your shows and I love how you're always moving, always active, always doing something to take care of your body, take care of yourself, take care of your mind. Talk to me about what that feels like for you and why you've decided where you are in your life that self-care is so important.
Oh my gosh. Self care is so important to me because I think very early on, I realized that in order for me to help other people, I've got to be the best me that I can be. And seeing
Yeah.
that I had 5 kids that I was raising, that I had to, mom has to be healthy, mom has to be on, mom has to be in her right mind because you got to, take care of so much. And so
Mhm.
um, you know what? I always made myself a priority. Some people make their kids the priority, but I just always made myself the priority because I knew I had to have me right in order to help
Yeah.
the other ones to be right. And then the other thing too, I believe I learned this from my father. I'm just so grateful for the lessons I learned from him. He would say things like, Boomy, people are so busy making a living that they don't take time to design a life. And
Hmm.
I see him, he was always having conversations about health. And I was learning at an early age the importance of taking care of your body naturally. So I was blessed to have gotten some really great self care messages early on, and
Hmm.
implemented them and saw, okay, yeah, this works. I need to stay right here in this lane. Yeah.
Well, it's so funny that you say that because my mom was all about natural health as well. I remember one time I got an ear infection,
Mhm.
and while most moms would take their child to the doctor, you know what I'm saying, and do something about it, my mother went right into her kitchen cabinet. She got some little drops down in my ear, little, and shook it around like that and
Right.
massaged it like this a little bit, and then she was like, "All right, you ready?" And within like 24 hours, I was fine, no problem. But yeah, so self care is super important. Now, how do you factor that into hmm, how do you factor that into other areas of your life? So, like you said, you're taking care of yourself. You got 5 kids. You got a whole community, literally, that you're building and fostering. Like, how do you factor self care into your day? How do you prioritize it? What do you do?
So, well, now it's a lot different because everybody's grown and gone. so,
True.
so it is easy. But I had um, even when they were still here, I did have a discipline for my day because always just my personal outcome for my life was so important. And so even when my kids, let's say when they were in high school, and they had to catch the bus maybe at 6:25, there were some mornings, Reverend Q, I was already outside in the morning doing what I call my hour of power. Some mornings I would wake up
Mm,
when it was dark and go outside and do my hour of power before I would get like moving in my day. So this hour of power would
I
set up
like
my
that.
day. So while I was walking, I would do prayer, and then I would do
Hmm.
affirmations, and then I would do Thanksgiving, and then I would do reflection. I tried to do visualization while I was walking, but I couldn't close my eyes. So when I would come back, I would
Right.
sit outside in the chair from my step and just do some visualizing. So that was my hour of power, and so that set the
I like that.
tone for for my day. And I was doing that even while raising kids, and got that done really early in the morning. And so I just know, like, in the morning, you're staying at the tipping point of your day, like 51% negative, and then you're going to go negative. But if you tip it for the positive, it's going to be positive. So I
Hmm.
again, I want positive outcomes. I want things to go my way. I want to have an experience that feels good to me, and I take personal responsibility for my own experience. So I've got to.
Ashe. Yeah, 100%. And so in talking about this culture of care and talking about building like this lifestyle, I say living your best life, and we say that all the time. I'm living my best life, and we think that that's associated with consumerism and buying stuff and do it like I think that it starts with taking care of me. I think it starts with taking care of self. Now let me ask you this, and to segue a little bit. Since I've known you, you've really thought it important to create this culture of care
Mhm.
in your business as well. How have you expanded that? Because I've always seen you show up for your people. I've always seen you show up as a team leader. I've always seen you show up in that way. How have you expanded that culture of care in business?
Well, let me tell you where I got that from. Again, I have some awesome parents. My parents were entrepreneurs. My parents were in the network marketing space, and I got to see them build teams. And the team was always
Okay.
the theme. They loved on their people, and their people were like family. So I got to see that model of, oh, this is how it's done. You really care about people. You don't look at people's dollar signs. But I have this philosophy of what I want for me, I want for everyone else. And I want everybody to make it. I just want everybody to win because it's possible. And so the team has always been the thing for generations in my family. So I just took that on. That's what I saw. That's what I modeled. When you truly have a heart for people and you care about people, you're going to do what's right for them. And
For
so
sure.
I took that on, and I've expanded that in my own right into my own business. So it's all about helping other people.
And how have you noticed? Okay, so that culture of care that you
Mhm.
brought from self care into business and team development and stuff like that, how have you noticed that benefiting you? Going back to self care, how have you noticed that benefiting you as a professional, as a woman of power, doing the power hour, all that stuff? Like, how has that benefited you by prioritizing, or the team is a thing?
Well, I think it makes you feel good as a person. When you can go to bed at night knowing that you've done the right thing by people. Sometimes
Hmm.
people who don't make the right choices for the good of themselves and others, they live by guilt and shame and regret. But when you are practicing self care and self love and loving other people as well, man, you can lay your head down at night and you feel good. I'm doing the right thing as best as I know how, the majority of the time. There are no regrets. I'm helping people. I'm loving on people. And when you understand this world is a boomerang effect, that's where you're gonna focus on the love, because whatever you give out is what you give back. And again, that's the self-care part, because if I love and care and help other people, one of the reasons, not the only reason, I genuinely wouldn't do this, but I'm going to get that back for myself, and I care about what I receive back, so I'm going to give out what I
For
want back.
sure. Yeah, yeah. I think it's so important, and being I've been here for, like I said, for 6 months in Thailand, and being around different cultures and different religions and different belief systems. Like, one of the things I've noticed is that, like, if I'm eating, you eat. Period. Like, if I'm going somewhere, you going somewhere. We do it together. I remember there was this festival here or something like that, this holiday thing, and literally a part of the festival was what's calling.
Should put my phone on
It's okay.
do not disturb. Excuse me, guys.
It's okay.
They trying. That's one of them kids calling me. It's a
See,
20.
there you go. Tell you doing some self care right now. Um, but I remember, like, one a part of the festival was giving out. Like, you had to give. It was like a giving thing. And so whatever you had, if you had food, if you had some little extra money, if you had whatever, they literally had to go around the street giving, giving, giving. And that was such an amazing thing. Like, that's a part of the actual celebration, to give. You know what I mean? And
Wonderful.
so I just think it's so important that they do that. Now, so we talked about self care, mind, body, spirit. We talked about care as far as your team, as far as your tribe, as far as your people. Like, how does that also translate into, like, supporting on a larger scale? So not just you, not just your collective, not just your tribe, but also the world, Mother Earth, supporting, all of humanity. Like, what does that mean for you, or is
Yeah.
that even in your purview?
Well, it is in my view because I believe we're all connected and
Hmm.
people see each other's as individuals, but we're all really one. And so
Hmm.
it's that ripple effect. How you treat someone is going to have an effect on how they treat somebody who treats somebody who treats somebody. So it's just, it's just a we are one type of mindset. And I didn't always think that way. I had to come to learn that perspective. And the team that I have now, that's even more real because it is global, right? It's more than like 9 countries
Yes.
that we're in, and I'm learning so much about cultures and the way just different people do things around the world. And yeah, it's a learning experience. Yeah.
Let me tell you. So, and this is why I love talking to you. Like, even when we talk, like, oh, personally, but I love talking to you because immediately your mindset was global. When I
Mhm.
first started talking to you, immediately it was always about, what about this country, Q? What about this country, Reverend Q? What about that country? Like, you kind of had that viewpoint, and so I love that. And for people who are wanting to kind of live this global lifestyle,
Mhm.
right? People who are wanting to live this lifestyle of opulence and of expansion and of increase. Do me a favor, guys. Share this live and put in here lifestyle of increase.
Yeah.
Lifestyle of increase. That's where we are right now. Put it in the comments below. But for people who want to live this lifestyle of increase, how would you advise them, or what would you suggest they do to start this process, this journey?
Hmm. Let's see. I guess the first thing would be to determine what it is that you want. Um,
Hmm.
a lot of people just don't know. And the things that come into their mind, they don't know if it's really possible for them. So sometimes they shut it down. So what could
Hmm.
a wonderful adventurous experience, they don't even get to bring that in because their mind is already closed it out. So look at you.
Hmm.
I mean, you're there in Thailand now, you're going to be in South Africa after that, somewhere else after that. Again, like my parents, they were in their 70s when they moved from Maryland to South Carolina to Panama, Central America, to South America. And so that is it takes a certain mindset to do that.
Yeah.
And so you so in
Start off
order,
with what you want.
yeah, is you gotta find out, number one, what it is that you want. Of course, write it down. I believe the law of pen and paper. So you need to go ahead and write it down. And then you got it right. And then
Hmm.
It doesn't matter the circumstances that you currently have in the natural, like what's in your bank account or where you've been before or whatever. You just have to kind of get started in faith. You know, start, you want to go a
Yeah.
certain place, okay, just start researching it, get the magazine, start reading up on it, um start subscribing to expat magazines and blogs and just or whatever it is you got it going on, right? So that's what I would say first. Figure out what is it that excites you. If there were no limits on what was possible, and there are none, what is it that you would really want to be doing? Where would you really want to live? What would you really want to do?
Hmm.
So, that's how I would start this
Yeah.
process.
I love that. And for people who want to follow in this mantra, this footstep, this ideology, that when you want to live a life of faith,
Mm,
right? When you want to live a life of expansion and increase, when you want to live a life of opulence and success, it's my belief and my understanding that prosperity comes from the word prospe,
mm,
SPEI, which
mm,
means to give success, to
mm.
give success, prospe. And so when I give success, I get success, right? Prosper. I am prosperous when I help other people be prosperous. Hello, y'all better get this.
Yes,
Y'all better get this. I am prosperous when I help others be prosperous. That's what prosperity means. And prosperity doesn't mean gimme, gimme, gimme. Prosperity means actually to promote or to give success, right? And so one thing I love about you and the fact that you're so prosperous, y'all put prosperity in the comments below, put prosperity down below. But one thing I love about you in this prosperous lifestyle is that you give success, you promote success, you help other people see themselves in a successful position, in a successful life, in a successful mindset. Tell me about how that idea, right, the idea of giving success, of sharing success, has actually helped you become more successful.
I got
God, I
you.
love it.
Well, he's all on my page and on my street because look at what I have right here in this book. Open to chapter 14, the impression of increase. The impression of
Yes.
increase. And that's why if y'all don't have this, y'all make sure y'all get that. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Waddles,
Miles
right?
as Miles. Yep.
So learning to leave people with the impression of increase is something that I live by. And you would do so well to live by that as well. That is always edifying, leaving a person better off than you found them,
Hmm.
uplifting them. What can you do to make the energy in the space of someone else or wherever you are better? So leaving a person with the impression of increase, it could be a smile. It could be
Yes.
a compliment on how good they look. Some people, they may be feeling so down on themselves, a poor self image, and you say, oh my gosh, you know what? You have beautiful teeth. And they're like, that could be the compliment that they hadn't heard in so long that would really inspire them to feel better or not to have negative thoughts about themselves that they were having. Um, Leaving a person with an impression of increase. If you go to a restaurant, then you don't, sometimes you may leave a 50% tip, right? Or even more
Hmm.
than that, 100% tip. So these are just different things that you can do. Writing a note to let somebody know how much you appreciate them. All these things, I'm telling you. So these are examples of putting out that good energy, leaving people better off than you found them. And again, boomerang effect, that's not going to bring anything but blessings back to you.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I just wanted to bring you up here because I thought that, number one, ever since I've known you, like I said, you've had this global lifestyle and you had this global mindset. And I wanted to share that with the community, with my tribe, with the people who, what's going on, Marcus? I wanted to share that with my tribe because I think that where we're headed, we're
Mhm.
headed, I said before you came on the show, I said that we're headed to this place where we're creating our own lifestyle. We have to be responsible for our own lifestyle. Number two, we have to be responsible for our own economy.
Mhm.
Hello? We have to be responsible for our own economy. And number three, we have to be responsible for our own health, our own bodies. And we've seen that in every area, in every way across the board since the last few years, how it's so necessary to start to create that stuff for yourself. So tell us a little bit more about how, how people can kind of get into what it is that we do, how we're like helping us build that lifestyle, build that community, build that tribe, and support ourselves in this culture of care. Tell us more about how you think we can start to do that in regards to what we do.
Well, I believe that we all can take our passions and turn them into profit. And that was really important to me, taking my passion. What is something I believe in that I would talk about even if I wasn't getting paid? But since I believe in getting paid, let's go ahead and do that, right? So, what is something I would talk about as a passion of mine that I could turn into profit? And the things that you have talked about and brought to the floor today, Reverend Q, are passions of mine. Like, I can't figure out for the life of me why anybody wouldn't invest in their body, in their body's wellness. Like, you only get one this go round, right? And you want to
Right.
make it last, don't you? So what does it, should I tear it down and put all kinds of bad stuff and toxins in it, or should I do more of making it strong, giving it nutrients and helping it to, last long? So I mean, to me, that's
Hmm.
a no-brainer. And because everybody here has one of them, a body, right? Okay, so everybody has a body. Everybody should should want
I see
to
where you're going.
make this body last. Oh wow. If there were a product that would help a person to have their body to decrease disease and be more at ease and have more energy and have the cells to function as they should and reverse the aging process and do all kinds of things that we should want to do with our body, wow, we can make money sharing that. And it's just an exchange of value. We've been talking about exchanges. So if
Right.
I give people value in wellness information and products that help their body, in an exchange they give value in dollars. So we give them use value in the product and they give back monetary value, and it's a beautiful exchange. And here's the winning thing is we're givers and givers gain. So we are actually giving
Hmm.
them more in use value than they're giving us back in dollar value. But that's a fair exchange all day long. And
Yes.
we can do some wonderful things with our lives when we have that type of exchange. So taking this profit, love and wellness, because I know I've been where in my 30s I had more joint pain than I do now at 50, right? I just remember having
Mm.
more aches and pains, and I feel better. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I'm in this body. This
I'm
body
sorry.
is good.
Did you just say 50?
Yep, 50, 5 kids and 5 grandkids.
Wow. I would have never, I would have never known.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, yep, big 50. Oh, talking about self care. What I did to celebrate. So last year I turned 50, and I said for my 50th birthday, I'm celebrating me in my birthday the 25th of every month. So September 25th, I turned 50. I'm like the 25th of every month. I'm doing something to celebrate me for the whole year. So it's really been fun. But
I dig that.
yeah, so what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. But so the body. So turning the passion into profit. So that whole
Yes.
the wellness industry is a $4 trillion industry and growing. And people are like starting to get it. They're starting to realize, wait a minute, big pharma is not helping me. All
Hmm.
kinds of toxins in my body. They're not about healing anything. They're just about keeping me, sick and keeping all of these drugs in me. I want to do something about that. And so being
Yes.
able to be in that lane of helping those people who really want to help themselves, who want to feel better, who want to lose weight, who want to come off prescription drugs, who want to decrease the pain in their body and add life to their years and vitality. Yeah, let's make some money doing that. Let's make some money helping people.
Let me tell you something. So I just turned 40, right? I just turned 40 March 10th. And since I've been in Thailand, I'll be honest with y'all, I've gotten a little slacked up a little bit, you know. And so I'm feeling it. Seriously. I kid you not. I think I agree with you that in my 30s, I want to feel a lot better in my 40s than I have in my 30s. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I'll say it. I want to feel a lot better in my 40s than I have in my 30s. During COVID, I actually gained. Oh, am I supposed to say that word on here? I don't know. During this last couple of years, I actually gained 35 pounds.
You told me that. I'm like, I can't see it from on the camera, so maybe you can see it. But I'm like, look good to me.
Listen, I no, seriously, I gained 35 pounds, and I do like the experience that I'm having with my body, but I want to slim down, tone up, get a little bit more control over my growth or my experience, right? I want to get a little more control over it. And so I've decided to um, do some slimming, do some toning, do some stuff that's going to really help me in that space. Other thing is you mentioned about joints. Why am I feeling some stuff in my joints?
Yeah.
Like in my shoulder, in my like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And I'm realizing it's been my diet, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm realizing that it's been areas that I really want to start to improve upon. So what I love about you is that you've always kind of embodied that. Since I've known you, at least you've embodied that, and I'm taking a lot of cues from you now that you're operating as a team lead. Like I'm taking a lot of cues from you to be like really, really into that. So I really do appreciate you being here. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. I want to close us out by really just sharing like um, what is the number one thing you want people to do from this message, from this conversation? How do you want them to connect? How do you want them to like get tapped into what we're building here? What do you
Yeah.
think we should do?
Well, the number one thing I want people to do is to take action, because there was something about this conversation that resonated with you. And so many times people like thinking about what they're going to think about, and they never really take action. I said, when you pray, you got to move your feet, right? So, like, hit up Reverend Q. he is he's a well, y'all know him. Y'all know what he's about. Like, so hit him up and say, I love what you were talking about today. Okay, tell me how I can be a part of what you and Boomy are creating, because we're about to do
Yes.
something magical together. I'm so excited, and we do want you to be a part of this. Can you feel the energy? Can you just feel the goodness
Yes.
when you get with Boomy and Q? Like, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something great and magnificent. Something
Yes.
probably have been praying for. So he needs to get his number or the way to reach him, so you can say, okay, tell me what's up, what y'all doing. I don't know what it is, but I feel it is good and right. I feel the energy, and put me down.
Yes, I love that. Yes, I'm telling you, while you were just saying that, Spirit gave to me what we're creating is transcontinental. Hear
Mm.
me. It's transcontinental, transdimensional,
Ooh,
transformational. It's just, it is so amazing. So, listen, guys, comment down below if you're interested in learning more about this community, this culture of care that we're creating here. Please, and do me a favor, share this live out. Share this out so people can really kind of see what's happening. There's something bigger happening. I
mhm.
promise you here. And this transdimensional, transformational, transcontinental culture of care that we're creating, I'm so about it right now. I kid you not. So I'm all the way here in Thailand at 7:56 a.m. She's all the way in DC, DMV area. What time is it there? I don't know what time it is there.
It's 8:56.
8:56. So
Yeah.
you're 13 hours behind me.
Mhm.
Yes, because I'm in the whole next day. So I'm in the future, y'all. Y'all know me.
Oh,
I'm Reverend Master Oracle, and I'm living in the future already. So let's get it. Let's get it in. I love it. Okay, good. So do me a favor, comment down below if it's something that you want to learn more about. Also, I'm sharing this in multiple groups, and I would love for you guys to share it in some groups where you think people are spiritual minded, think people are have a wealth consciousness. She just showed you the book, The Science of Getting Rich. We ain't playing right now. So
that's
if
right.
you're about spiritual riches, If you're about spiritual riches, if you're about prosperity, if you're about promoting this element of success for yourself and for those in your own tribe, please let us know, and I'll take it to the next level. So anyway, I love you so much, Movie. Thank you so much for being here for the last 30 some odd minutes. And whenever you're ready to come to Thailand, I got a room for you. I got a couch for you.
Abby, all right. You know, I
All right,
travel.
guys. Love y'all.
See me. I'll see you guys. Bye bye.
All right, peace.